Recording in progress.
Cameron. No, I'm joking. Cameron,
Yo,
you starting us out. What is the GOAT social media platform and which one had the highest peak? You don't want to ask the question in the group chat, so let us know. You start us with this one.
well, I think if you talk about the GOAT, uh, to me, the GOAT probably is Twitter. I think Twitter's been the longest reigning. Um, I mean, shit, it's been going on for 10, almost 15 years. I mean, Facebook had a hard run for a while, but all the athletes use Twitter. All the big major headlines come through Twitter. So for me, it's got to be Twitter. Uh, I do think that as far as the highest peak, obviously Facebook's up there on the highest peak. But man, I gotta go MySpace, dude. MySpace had a crazy peak, and if it didn't, if the simplicity of Facebook didn't appeal to so many people, I think MySpace, like, still with all the shit you could do with it, um, still could be running. But the simplicity of my of Facebook was so appealing to people, and it just crushed MySpace. But I would still fuck with MySpace even today. I don't even care.
Yeah.
MySpace was a shit.
I don't even know if it was the simplicity. I just think it was something small, like they didn't make groups. People started using Facebook when I went to UCO. They were using Facebook as a way to communicate with the entire dorm, and you couldn't do that
Yeah.
on MySpace. So I think that's what did that. For me, I agree. Twitter for me is where I get most of my sports news. It's very easy to follow like Shams or Schefter and then immediately just see it and then just say, all right, cool, instead of having to watch ESPN and wait and get everybody's opinion on it. Twitter allows you to see the news and then make your opinion almost instantly. Peak for me, this is gonna come the highest peak for me. TikTok is not even close.
Yeah.
TikTok was the first social media that did something. They took a step on Vine and took it to the next level, and now everyone is playing catch up with TikTok. Like Instagram started it with the reels, Facebook started it with the reels,
Yeah.
Twitter is trying to start it with the reels, and it's all because of the amount of push and leverage that TikTok had. TikTok is the easiest way to go viral for just random people. Hell, I made a Red River Rundown TikTok for us last weekend just out of boredom. Uploaded a couple of clips. One of them did almost 1,500 views off just no followers, nothing. TikTok is to me is just it's the peak, dog. Isaiah, you muted.
All right, brothers. Let me tell you something. Okay.
Yeah.
Peak for peak for me, it's pretty simple. I think
Pause.
was Twitter from about 2013 to about 2017. I think the the top one still to me has to be Facebook because even though I think for us it's Facebook. I think for people that are a little more
Don't put that shit
viral.
on me. I just picked something else.
No, I'm saying for us because like
Don't
Facebook is
speak for
still
me.
around.
For you.
It's
For
consistent.
you.
It's consistent.
For you.
It's consistent.
For you. Don't
Okay,
say
for
for
me.
us. Yeah. Thank
For
you.
okay, whatever. For me, because it's consistent. I mean, I don't have a TikTok, so I don't see everything that you guys are seeing.
You have
Um,
Instagram Reels, Isaiah. It's the
yeah,
same thing. You're just 2 weeks behind TikTok. That's the difference. There's,
and that's fine.
yeah,
I'll live
yeah,
in
yeah,
that world, baby.
yeah, yeah.
That
That
I ain't going out of my comfort zone. I'm like a Republican when it comes to this shit. I like what
that's
I like, and that's it. Okay, no
it is kind of crazy though that you're like, I love Instagram Reels and I'll watch them on
Yes.
Facebook, but like no TikTok. Yeah, well, that's crazy. What the fuck?
That's too
Because
many. That's
because
another
Facebook
social
is this nation's backbone.
Facebook
backbone.
is the dumbest shit ever. Facebook is where everybody goes to just beef. That's where all the
Bro,
bullshit is. Where everybody's
Yeah,
like,
I
I
know.
hey,
I love Facebook. It's like my it's
Do you remember
Facebook is
peak
where
Facebook when
when
people
I
would
when
get
I
into
get on my
Facebook
phone
beefs?
I preferred Twitter beef.
and open it up, man, the first thing I do is open Facebook just out of habit and out of like normalcy. But I'm not gonna lie, man, I get Facebook's turned me off here lately because of all the stupid like follower shit. Like I don't follow some of the shit that pops up on my timeline, pisses me off. I'm like, what the fuck is this? all the ads and
called
the
the
random
algorithm,
profiles that
brother.
want you to, that
That's not the
dumbass shit.
algorithm.
Like,
That is
just
not
give
the
me what my
algorithm.
Well,
friends
that's what I'm
post
saying.
and let
The
me
alg-
fucking
But
beef.
Isaiah,
do you guys
real
not
quick.
remember? Well, okay.
I was going to say the algorithm and what Facebook is doing is two separate things. The algorithm is what's designed to show you what you want to see. The algorithm, what it does is it'll spit you a video out. So it spits a video out. The longer you watch it, the more of that like subject or topic it's going to show you. If you're not watching it on other platforms like TikTok, it's not going to show you that shit because their job is to make you focus on the app. Facebook doesn't give a damn. They're throwing shit that you don't want to see or give a fuck about, and they're going to do it until you block it. So it's like, for me, I feel like Facebook at one point, the peak was dope, but I don't think they did anything that nobody else had already done. Like, Facebook was just MySpace, it was just simpler. It, like, you could message people. The difference is you could customize your own shit on MySpace. TikTok is completely different. TikTok is like Vine. If you want to say Vine, like I think Vine
Bro,
peaked higher.
Vine
Vine
was
peaked
than
higher than
anything.
Facebook. Yeah,
For that
well,
for that 9.5 months that Vine was
yeah.
out.
Vine
It was
peaked
fucking
higher than
gold.
Facebook, and the reason that I chose TikTok is because TikTok stepped on what Vine did, and that's all it is. It's literally just Vine, longer vines, and that's it. Like, they just made the Vine, like the Vine app, more modern. And Facebook was like, man, ain't nobody gonna do that shit. Ain't nobody care. The pandemic hit, everybody was stuck inside doing this shit, and then now everybody wants to run reels.
Bro, Vine gave us Logan the Maverick Paul. Let's go.
Man, you got to give Disney that first, don't you? Him and Jake and YouTube.
No, I thought they started on Vine, then went to YouTube, then Disney Channel.
I think it was Disney.
I don't know.
And then I think it was Disney, YouTube, Vine, and then again TikTok. And the craziest thing, and the reason I'm gonna stand on this pause is because TikTok gave people like sketch, brother, like all the shit that has been hot over the last 5 years comes and starts from TikTok.
Yeah, but then it ends up on Instagram Reels eventually, so I don't even have to get it. So
That's a resale though. It's a resale though. It's like
It's fine, baby. I get it on a discount.
No, no,
What's
no.
up? What's up?
I'm saying that's fine if that's what you want to do, but I'm saying as far as like the reason that I'm giving TikTok for peaking is because everybody steals from TikTok. If you're stealing and your whole platform is running what TikTok is doing, I don't think that you're innovative. I think you're just stealing. It's like
Well, if
for
they
me, it's like
post
Fortnite,
something
right?
on, yeah, but if they post something on TikTok and then post it on Instagram Reels, that one person, then it's just reaching other areas where other people don't have, like they don't have access to it. So I'm not hating on TikTok. I'm just saying like I don't have it. So
I feel like TikTok also.
no, hold on
they
before you go, Cameron. Nothing will ever beat small town Facebook comment sections and the drama.
No,
love
it
it.
will. It will. It will. And shit's annoying. I hate it. I hate people's hypocrisy. I hate how people think that they're smarter than they are because they just look at Google and don't Google the entire context.
That's why it's funny. That's
No,
why
it's
I like
not.
it.
It's fucking sad because you have a bunch of people fucking arguing in a comment section, and you can tell pretty clearly that somebody will comment. The second they read a comment, they open their browser and then Google what the other person says, and then they're like, "Let me find something that goes with my argument." There it is, right there. Oh, and it's like, bro, just chill out. It's not that serious. Either meet up and lock or shut up.
That's
where
why
I'm
it's
at with it.
hilarious because
No,
you know
it's-
they're not.
I preferred Twitter beef because of like subtweets.
Yeah,
Because it would start with
that's
subtweets
true,
and you would
yeah.
see it. Facebook, it just
Right.
you have to search harder for Facebook beef. You like it has to be
Yeah.
the perfect time. Somebody has to be hot, and then you just have to be scrolling and see a post that was posted like 7 minutes ago and it has 192 comments.
Yes, That's why it was great because based on the amount of comments, you know some shit went down. So then you just hit the comments and scroll through everything that everybody is saying, and sometimes that shit got mad disrespectful, which is what makes it great. What made it great? Okay,
You know what turned me
It's
off from
not-
Facebook posts?
Tell
When
me.
local legend Cale Bonson was running amok on Facebook, I got tired of it.
That's
Yeah.
true. Yeah.
When he was
I
going
get
nuts
it.
on there, I got tired of it, bro. I was like, bro, this is it's I like
Then he
it.
took to Twitter.
I don't have him on there, but I like Facebook because it is a way to stay in contact with people. It's a good way to stay to see people's lives that maybe you went to high school with or you met in college or you're friends with, but you
Yeah.
don't really have the time to connect with. It's cool for that. Everything else I think is stupid. I think it's
Yeah.
just and I get it. People, everybody should be able to have their opinions, but I just don't think people understand that when you post some shit on Facebook, it is the equivalent of being in the mall and going, "This is my opinion." Shut the fuck up. Nobody cares. It like just do what the rest of the world would do and say, you know what? I want to discuss this with my friends instead of I want attention. I'm going to post this or try to rage bait people for comments and shit. That I think that's why I hate Facebook is because it's just rage bait. Yeah, it's just rage bait arguments. TikTok is easier. Twitter is even easier because of how they allow you to customize your timeline. Facebook is ass, bro. Like I see shit from 7 months ago. I'm like, what? What purpose does this have on my timeline today?
Shout out to Twitter. It's still the best.
Is it your favorite or you think it's the best?
I think Twitter's my favorite. As far as like information stuff, I don't have to really like
Search.
look for it. Yeah, because the trends, it just makes it easier. If some shit went down, like, you know, our quarterback, Jonathan Moxon, star quarterback, Jonathan Moxon,
Star
passed
quarterback.
away. I found that out on the Twitters, and I was like, it's not true.
Yeah. See,
That man had been battling cancer.
yeah. That's
just
crazy.
I just don't know. I mean, Bud Kilmer's gonna have to start
He on
practicing
vacation.
the Wildcat, baby.
Nah, bro, he on vacation.
Running the Wildcat with Wendell.
Man,
The
him
two
and
deep is
Tweeter,
gone.
him and Tweeter, that's it.
Yeah.
Toss
It's
pass.
crazy. Hey,
Toss pass.
hey, no,
Billy
Tweeter
Bob?
didn't throw a pass in that movie.
No.
Never mind.
Tweeter
Tweeter did the
did.
hook and
Oh, no,
ladder.
no, 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 no. Yeah. That's right. Yeah.
Or did he?
No,
'Cause
Billy,
didn't-
no,
Billy
he
Bob
didn't-
got the hook and ladder.
I think
Tweeter
he may
threw
have
the pass.
Tweeter threw a pass on the first
To win.
game that Moxon started.
Moxon. Yeah.
For the
Yeah.
win.
That's
Just a
right.
throwback. Yeah.
Yeah,
But
it was- yeah.
the one to Billy Bob was just
Hey.
hook and ladder.
Just saying. His QBR is like 452 then. One
Hey.
for one on the season for like 40 yards and a tutty.
Hey.
Bro,
Hey.
QBR is crazy.
Hey, Moxon.
Tweeter-
I mean, R.I.P. Moxon, but I mean,
Dude,
One
I couldn't-
catch,
I
one
couldn't believe it.
touchdown?
Like, I was like, damn, because I knew he wasn't that old. And then
48,
when
right?
I saw his
His
pictures
cancer.
recently, he's like, yeah, and I was like, damn, what the hell happened to him? Then I found out he was battling cancer for like the last 3 years. I was like, wow, that's terrible.
yeah.
It's kind of the same thing that happened to Chadwick Boseman. Like, they were
Yeah.
battling cancer. They lost a ton of weight. And Vanderbeek wasn't really working either. But, I mean, you just see the deterioration happen like that. And then,
And I think it's
sad.
because he was out. We hadn't seen him anywhere, so it feels
Yeah.
like it went faster. But it was because we didn't really know, so it felt like he just went downhill quickly. But it probably was like 3, 4, 5 years of it. He just stayed out of the media and didn't bring it up.
We have to protect Charlie Tweeter at all costs.
Scott
protect him.
Kahn,
We gotta protect him at all
Wasn't he
costs.
doing
man.
like Hawaii 5
5
or something?
5 or something
yeah,
like that.
Yeah, so he's fine, bro. I mean, he's turned his. He's probably the most successful in that. Like I know Moxon and obviously Lance. We know Paul Walker was the truth, but man, like since then, like Paul Walker was like that, and then Fast and Furious. Outside of that, I wasn't really clamoring to see Paul Walker like act. But as far
He
as
was-
Twitter, like he's solid.
He was okay in like
Snow
Uh,
Dogs.
Deep Boost
no, no.
Snow Dogs.
What's the movie that not another teen
Not another
movie.
team movie.
What's the movie that ripped off?
There's a
The
lot of them.
romance. It's a rom com. She's all that. I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was okay in that. He was kind of funny
Was he in She's All That?
with Freddie Prince.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, he was the one
I-
that made the bet with Freddie Prince in that movie that he
Ah.
couldn't turn the dumpster fire into a prom queen.
And he did. Now what's happening?
Yeah, what's up?
Yeah.
Shit,
It
Facts.
was good.
can't win a bet, can't finish again, can't get to Florida State.
Man.
A fucking loser, you know?
Man,
Can't get to Florida State.
He didn't, did he?
No, he didn't.
Yeah.
He stayed in West Canaan and became another successful football
Became a
coach.
coach.
All right, before we switch topics and start the one, I'm gonna make this plea for Isaiah to get TikTok. Isaiah, if it
No.
made you famous, would you get
Damn
TikTok?
it.
No, I don't want to be famous. I just want to make more money. I ain't got to be famous to do
It's the
that.
same thing.
I'm not selling my soul. Can't
How
do
is
it,
that
brother.
selling your soul? You have
Can't
Facebook.
do it, yeah.
Let's stop. You have Facebook. Your soul is
I just,
long sold.
I've just never wanted it.
You
I
guys,
don't.
But this is the oxymoron to me. You've never wanted it,
Mhm.
so why do you watch it on Facebook and Instagram then?
Because I already have those. I don't have to
But I'm
download
saying if you
another app
don't
and
want it,
keep up
if
with
you
it.
don't want them, why are you watching it on Facebook and Instagram? That would be my one pushback of like, no, you
so
do, you just don't want to have to download another app, and it's like
so
that's kind of wild.
I'll tell you something, and
I'll
maybe
be honest.
Isaiah would kind of have the same deal, but I have TikTok. I just don't get on it very often because it's to me, I just don't want to go through having to like set up my algorithm on TikTok for the videos and stuff that I want to see on there. Or it's already set on YouTube, on Instagram and Facebook. Like I can go to Reels and it's automatically throwing up shit I think is hilarious over and over and over and over.
Yeah,
Whereas like with TikTok, I got to go through 20 videos and then I find one where I'm like, oh yeah, this one's kind of funny. And I'll like it or share it. And then
it's because
another one.
Instagram and Facebook is more just comedy. That's why because it
Yeah,
just started. That's what TikTok was in the pandemic.
gotcha.
Once the reels start kicking off, you'll start seeing more news
I
and stuff on
I will
Facebook
say
and
like
Instagram.
I will say
That's
like
just a difference.
I think TikTok has not given us but has pushed trends to another
Yes.
dimension.
I think
Like
that's
and
why I'm on the TikTok board is because TikTok is Twitter with videos. That's
yeah.
literally it's just Twitter with
I
video.
I knew TikTok was on a whole different level when NFL players started doing TikTok
Ti-
dances for
NFL
celebrations.
players, they're breaking news on TikTok like
Mm-hmm.
Pat McAfee. That shit. Oh, we're doing the
Because
podcast and stuff. We're going live. That's on TikTok
yeah,
first. So that's
because
why I'm like,
that used to be Twitter. Like people
yes.
would go Twitter first.
Yes.
Now it's
People
TikTok all the
people
time.
now just kind of mix TikTok and Twitter first, and then everything else with the meta is Instagram and Facebook is kind of together. It's just again, it's harder to break through the wall of it. And then last statement, and then to push. The reason I think I'm pushing TikTok on Isaiah is because it's like, bro, how the fuck are we supposed to blow up as a podcast if you don't want to use the algorithm that's going to help us blow up? Anyways,
Count me in. I'm in.
should OKC be in talks for an NFL team?
No.
No.
Why not?
Um, I think I think the state would support it. I don't think the market is big enough. But I
That's what they said
think
about the
like
NBA, right?
from a yeah, but we showed we could support it on a trial basis with the Hornets.
Yes, but I'm meaning
I'm
before
saying
that. I'm meaning before the Hornets.
no, no,
Before
no,
that,
yeah.
yeah.
But then they gave us a trial run before just diving in with the team. My thing about an NFL team, everybody has seen what an NBA team has done to college basketball in this state.
Mm,
The fan support's not there. Nobody cares to go to those games. Everybody spends their money on Thunder. Everybody spends their support in the winter on Thunder. When there's Thunder game or an OU game, people are going to choose a Thunder game all the time. Now, the only difference in that is football doesn't play same day like basketball does. So I'll give it a little bit of that, but I just worry about if if the city gets an NFL team, I think that it puts people in Oklahoma in a position where they have to choose where they're going to spend their money. Are you going to spend the money on the NFL team? Obviously so, because it's a much bigger ordeal than college football, which then takes away from our state support of college football. But I just don't think that the market here is big enough for an NFL team. Just my opinion. I think the fan base would be fine. I think the fan support would be fine. But that's just my opinion. I feel like it's going to be like that forever. I don't know that maybe not because they're going to build that new skyscraper and that whole entertainment district. Maybe
yep.
at that point we can discuss it, but that's always their go-to when we talk about putting a second pro franchise in this city is that the
Third,
market's not big enough. Who's our
we have a soccer team.
oh man,
They're
The
getting a brand.
energy,
They're getting no
baby.
the
Brand
energy.
new
The
stadium.
energy. The energy is on leave. There's a new one, and they're already in talks with building the big ass
oh
stadium
yeah, the
downtown.
stadium
I,
down
Yeah,
yeah
I
down
thought they
south
were
OKC.
already doing that.
there was already
Never
one
did.
for the energy. They're doing another one. That's
Oh,
what. Yeah, they went on a sabbatical, the Energy, and now they're building for another team.
They
I'll
probably
go
got tired
next.
of playing at Bishop McGinnis.
Probably. To counter that, Cam. So yes, I think people choose the Thunder over college basketball, but it's because OU and OSU college basketball fucking sucks.
Sucks. Yeah.
Bring Blake back, have something like
Yeah.
that. People are going to OU's game.
I
It's they just suck. Um, Competition is better for the market anyways. If you have to choose, it's gonna knock pricing down because you're
That's
having to
true.
choose. So if it's the NFL team and then let's say OU plays the day before, if OU starts noticing that people aren't going to their game, they have to lower their ticket prices because if they don't, people they're going to miss out. Now they're still going to sell a shit ton of tickets because it's OU. People are going to come up from out of town. I don't think we may be ready for a team just yet, but I don't understand why we can't at least have the conversation because the first thing that everyone always says is I don't think we can do it as far as the economy. I think we can. I just think people are afraid to do it. We're getting the 2028 winner or not winner, but like portion of the Olympics here for a reason. And I think that's more
Yeah.
of a test run of can they handle it? We watch them with the NBA team and grow. You're never going to get to a place where you're ready for the team and then you get the team. You're going to get the team and then have to make it work. I think they could make it work. It's just I think there's other pro sports that we could do here first
Yeah.
over an NFL team. I think baseball would make the most sense, and then maybe hockey. And then after that, then I could see an NFL team. But I think we would be fine with an NFL team because they're like, yes, people love their OU and people love their OSU, but there are a lot of people that do not give a fuck. There are people that are not OU or OSU fans that are Miami fans or Michigan fans or whatever, or they're just people that prefer the NFL over. The team would be appealing more to them. Like for instance, me, I would rather go watch the Steelers play because I've went to a million OU games. So if the Steelers are in town, dog, I'm going. Like it's
Yeah.
a, I'm going.
So so I just have one question and then we'll let Isaiah go. But
Yeah.
before Oklahoma City got the Thunder, if you had to pick two teams in the NBA where you would say, okay, this is where most of like these are the two teams that most of the people in Oklahoma would root for. You probably say Lakers, maybe the Celtics, maybe the Mavericks.
Nah, I'd say the Mavs, the Spurs, the Mavs and the Spurs would be the first two that I would pick. Would be those two, and then after that, probably Lakers, um,
so this
Nuggets.
is like
So, so here's my question: If
2007.
you if
Yeah,
you brought Oklahoma City a football team, I think one of the other reasons why it hasn't happened is because you would be putting a team right in the middle of two of the biggest, like most successful franchises in NFL history, where most of your fandom in Oklahoma goes to, that being the Cowboys and the Chiefs. And so I think there's a big worry of would those franchises are blue bloods of the NFL, I would consider. Would you be able to get fandom and pulled away from those teams, those guys, people that have been lifelong Cowboys and Chiefs fans? Blah, 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 blah.
yeah, because we watched it in the NBA. We watched people that were lifelong Lakers and lifelong Celtics and lifelong whatever fans, and then 2 years after the Thunder started being good, I was never a fan of them. I've always been a Thunder fan. Thunder, they do the same thing.
I'm
I,
sold.
yeah,
Let's bring Jacksonville.
Isaiah. Nah, no, not Jacksonville. I would
Why? Come
prefer.
on, man.
Honestly, as long as it's, I mean, if it was a brand new expansion team, I don't think it would work. But I think if you did something like what the
Yeah,
Thunder
or
did with
relocate.
yeah,
Yeah.
I think it would work. But go ahead, Isaiah.
Okay, I want to pose a question for you gentlemen, and I want you to stew on it. So, with our market, you're about 3.5 hours away from Dallas, 5 hours away from Kansas City, 4 hours away from Amarillo, 4 hours away from Fayetteville, Arkansas. That the travel for me within our state for people to come to Oklahoma City and watch the game is very important to whether we can actually sustain that market and keep that team if people become fans of an NFL franchise like that. I also point out a lot of the things that you guys were mentioning and saying that, you know, you do have OU fans, you do have OSU fans, you do have a AAA affiliate of the Dodgers that do play here. Nobody goes to those fucking games. OU games, as far as football, then you got like you're asking pretty much the middle of the state to spend a lot of money to increase that market on top of like our sales tax going up. It would probably have to go up again just to sustain that market to build those things. I don't think that it's ideal to make it happen, but I also think that if you're looking at the bumps and bruises that happen in the NFL, there's teams now that they'll lose two or three guys or lose a coaching staff and won't be good for fucking a decade. Will that happen here? And if that does happen here, are we going to look like Carolina has looked until this season, where the stands are empty? There, it's hard for them to pay players the type of money, and a lot of those dudes walk. Free agency does not look appealing to come to our state as far as that is concerned.
It doesn't look appealing to go to Kansas City. Like there's
No,
nothing there. It's just
well,
they're the Chiefs, and they have
yeah,
Patrick
that,
Mahomes. That would that
but
again. It would be that's the selling point of
yeah, it's the star player. But I'm also looking at it as you do have the Thunder here. So if you're trying to put a team in Oklahoma, I don't think Oklahoma City would be ideal because I don't think our market is as big. You will
it's
sacrifice some things.
okay to grow a market. You have to do something like that. If you don't,
No,
the
no, no, I
market
understand.
stays. Yeah, yeah.
I'm looking at the other markets that have a NFL team and an NBA team.
Most of those have been around since we were little.
No, no, I understand that,
I don't
and
think we've
the
seen. I
point of
don't.
growing it, it's
Was
like
the last team maybe to add an NFL team where they already had an NBA team was Denver, and that
it
if
was
you watch
Houston.
that Houston, okay, yeah, yeah. If you but going back to the Denver, if you listen to Elway talk about the start of Denver, like that was kind of the same thought that they were having. Oh, I don't think we can, and now they're the fucking Broncos.
Yeah.
That's the
Well,
it,
and
they
I'm
weren't
looking
they
at those.
they weren't even very good early. They weren't good at all. That's why John was a big deal. And John talked about how what their first 4 or 5 years they weren't very good,
Hmm.
and then he flipped it around. Obviously, they would have to be good. Like they're not going to be able to be bad and then sustain it. If they were
Yeah,
able to have the same kind of success that the Thunder had year two going to the playoffs, yeah, I think they
yeah,
would be fine. I think it would
yeah.
force people to because again, we just watched a bunch of people jump on the bandwagon twice actually, twice. We watched it at the very beginning, and then they fell off of a cliff. Thunder games were cheap. You could get tickets in Loud City for
About ten,
$17,
about
and
ten
then they
dollars, baby.
ramped that motherfucker back up 2 or 3 years ago, and Thunder the fuck up again. And now tickets are $365 for Loud City. So it is
Hmm.
it's we see it essentially, but my thought process has always been like you're never you're never going to be able to have the budget and then say I want to do it. You're going to have to do it. Yes, is it going to change how everything works? Yes, but it's also going to add a lot of opportunity. We just watched it with the Thunder. We should see how Bricktown has
I
shifted
mean, yeah,
overnight.
grown. Yeah,
That's
absolutely.
what
I
would
because
happen with the
I tell
NFL, and it would bring more jobs because you have to add people to have to work the shit. It's going to help the economy that way. So I think that's why my push has been fuck it. Just do it.
yeah,
I
because
don't think
I
for
talk
us
to
it'll
the
work, but yeah.
I talk to my daughters all the time when we drive down I-40. I'm like, God dang man, if y'all were alive in
Back in my day,
2007,
I
bro,
remember
like
when
Yeah.
fucking I
this
forty
shit
was
was
Nothing.
two
like
lanes.
Yeah.
it looked like the old West back in like 2005.
Yes. Yes.
Now, if you go down there, it
It
looks
looks
like it's
nice. It
nice.
is
Yeah.
that's
And that's
my
all from the revenue the Thunder brought.
exactly. And
I mean,
that's my thought is that it could, but
I'm
again, I don't think it makes as
The
much sense to do that. And then Isaiah, for your baseball, the affiliate thing, you can watch
Mhm.
MLB games. Them shits is empty as fuck, and it's because
yeah.
there's
No, I
nine
know.
thousand games. It's not
No,
empty
I
because people don't want to
yeah.
go. It's just because there's so many baseball games.
I think it was the more so the argument was trying to have a pro baseball team before we have a pro football team. And it's like, if there's a pro baseball team, like I don't think that it would be worth it because I'm also looking at we're one of the youngest growing cities as far as like the other markets are concerned between like Dallas, Kansas City, Boston, LA, like even all the Florida teams, those markets have been established. We're like the youngest city to grow the way that we're growing. So maybe in 20 years, I would say let's revisit it. But as far as like right now, with the growth that's happening, I don't see it. I think we would have to increase our population, increase the housing, and then really dive in and look at it.
What the fuck do you think is happening right now in
Yeah.
Oklahoma?
No, that's what I'm saying. Let it keep
But
doing
that's
it.
what,
I
but
would say
it's
there's no
doing
more
it.
fucking
It's cheap to live
UConn.
here. People, yeah, it's cheap to live
There's-
here. Period. People are flocking here, which is why everybody's mortgages and sales tax and it's going up because they're having to fix everything because we have so many people here now. If you look at the population over the last 5 years, dog, we are growing.
So
So
there's no longer a divide between Moore and Norman, Yukon and Mustang. It's all just fucking
There.
nothing. You can't
Yeah.
tell what's what.
yeah, it is.
I will say in my closing, like for the longest time, Marlon, I felt the same way you did about, if they expand and get a second pro team or a third pro team, since we're gonna consider soccer, whatever.
Goddamn right.
Um,
Don't be
I
disrespectful.
I
It's the
disagree,
biggest sport in
man.
the world.
It would, to me, it would have to be football because football, I feel like you would have a better fan appreciation for a franchise being here than baseball. I just don't feel like I feel like baseball is a dying sport. I'm kind of like Isaiah. I feel like if you brought a baseball team here, it would end up just like Miami, where nobody fucking goes ever, and they talk about selling the damn team all the time. So it's like, or even like Tampa Bay, like nobody goes to Devil Rays games. So
Closing. Let me
I-
close with this real quick because I
Okay.
think we'll all three be on the same page. We're talking about other sports coming over. Let's just put on that they all have the same success quickly, like the Thunder. Which one would you rather have? Because you know
Football.
damn well, brother. I'm same way. But if we had if the Oklahoma City whatever are in a playoff game, like against whoever, say like the Yankees, and it's game 5 down to brother.
dude,
Honestly,
If-
this is more of a baseball state than we realize. I think
think-
baseball
I-
would be the best market to add.
I'll say
Realistically.
that, yes, but at the same time, I think we don't know what the market is. We have our favorites, we know what we like, but we don't know what the rest of the state likes, which is why the soccer team being a big thing. I don't watch soccer, but if they're bringing a pro soccer team here, there's a reason because there's a big market for it. We watched Hall of Fame softball. It was not big when we went and played there as Unconquered. When we got smashed, it wasn't that big. It is a fucking complex now. And I didn't know there was that many people that loved softball that much. We're bringing
Dude, the
people
World
from
Series?
out.
Man.
I know people at my job that are like, oh yeah, every year I book tickets to Oklahoma City to go watch Softball Hall of Fame. That.
I'm going to ask a question. This will be my closing question. Isaiah, do you really think that this state is more of a baseball state than a football state?
Yeah, if you look at the talent in our state that has been grown and gone pro, our state overall has more of a successful market. And you have a lot of baseball fans, but they just don't go to games. They go to college games and they go to high school games. That's how they recruit. That's how they build. I think talent-wise, our state is better known for baseball than it is football. And I
right.
think that would help if we actually had a professional baseball team more so than
Let me ask you this.
football
Let me
team.
ask you this because we are going long, but who cares? You would say this is a baseball. What do you think is the most popular sports team in Oklahoma and what has been?
I understand. I'm not saying I'm not.
I think you're saying from like a talent. What do we produce the most of is baseball.
Yes,
players.
and I
But-
think that would add to that market more. You would have more people show up for a pro baseball game.
I guess
Not
but
necessarily for an NFL
me-
team,
let me-
but like
Let me ask you this though: what is the biggest name baseball player and their production in the league right now that you can think of?
JT Realmuto,
Okay, who else?
Jackson Holiday,
Who
the
else?
Holiday family.
And I'm saying
overall,
producing at the highest of level. When I'm
Highest
talking
level?
about Josh Jacobs,
Oh, you talking about NFL or you talking about baseball?
like football, just
I'm
football, like football to baseball, like talent wise, we have
Mm-hmm.
more baseball, like people that are in the pros baseball wise, but top
Mm-hmm.
end like level, we have some Wes Welker, dog, Troy Aikman. That's
Troy
Oklahoma,
Aikman
dog.
was a transplant, dog.
No, Troy
He was-
Aikman went to Henrietta.
Yeah, he
No,
went to
I
high school in
know.
Henrietta.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, but he lived in California,
We ain't
moved to
talking about
Henrietta,
that.
and
Where'd
then
he play high
transferred
school
back
at?
to UCL. He played high school in Henrietta.
Okay.
But why do you
Where
think
would
he
he come?
transferred to
But
UCLA?
where would I don't give a shit about college. I'm
He
talking
don't.
about just
He
high
don't
school.
claim. He
I'm
don't
just talking
claim
high school.
Oklahoma.
I'm just talking
Okay.
high school.
Okay.
Just talking high school.
Okay.
Because we're talking
Brother.
about prospect, not
Gerald
Mm-hmm.
McCoy, Curtis
that's
Lofton.
that's what I'm saying is like nah. There's some baseball dogs here, but I don't think that necessarily makes it because we do also have some like great of the
I just
greats that are in the NFL.
I feel like kids go the baseball route because there's so much opportunity to just make a roster in the MLB. There's 3 affiliates that are considered pro. Single A, double A, triple A is all pro baseball. So if you could make just one of those rosters in a draft, they have like a 27 round fucking draft every year. So if you make one of those rosters, and let's say even if you don't get drafted where you like, in baseball you have the option to go back to college and improve your draft stock. That's why I think more people in Oklahoma, it is a baseball state. I just don't know that it's more a baseball state than football because when I think of high school sports that are followed, Bixby is the #1 team that is followed out of Oklahoma in any sport.
Yep. I was also going to say
Owasso was running for a while in baseball, but that's gone, and now
I
it's Bixby.
I was also going to say like we think that it's a baseball state because we come from small towns.
Yeah,
Big city schools in Oklahoma do not care about baseball the same way. They care about football more. When you talk about Oklahoma high school sports, you'll get to Jinx and Union and stuff's football programs well before you start talking baseball.
yeah. And then I think of like when a team like Chandler,
Blake
when we
Griffin.
won state, when we won state in baseball in 2005, we got a yay, hooray, woo, good job, guys, yeah, Mark Howard, Coach Howard, yay. When we won state in football the following fall,
We partied for like 3 months.
dude, I mean, the town went fucking wild.
Yeah.
Like, that's the kind of things I think about. Like, I love baseball, and I think back in the day, like back in like early 2000s, baseball state, absolutely. I just think that in today's day and age, football's kind of overtaken it.
Yeah,
The
I get that.
support, the love, the
I,
excitement is overtaken.
I also think basketball is going to start to, if it hasn't already, because of the Thunder. Next generation, they know Thunder. That's what they're rocking Thunder, and I think we'll see. But
Yeah.
next topic.
Hey, good topic, by the way.
Fuck you
That
guys.
was a good conversation.
All right, we're going back to time in this shit, and I'm gonna start with the NBA and the NBA All Star. And this is not gonna go 2 or 3 minutes. NBA and NBA All Star. I did not watch any of the All Star weekend. I'm not watching any of the All Star game. I have stuff to do. No disrespect. I did see Dame came out on his torn Achilles and won the 3-point contest. That is dope. The dunk contest, Lord Jesus.
Jackson Hayes just killed that all by himself, bro.
Yeah, well, and the other dude landed on his head. That didn't help either. At this
Bro,
point,
he hit the ground so fucking
bro,
hard.
at this
Bro,
point, just
that
I
shit
don't,
pissed me off.
I don't know what we do with the. I mean, we talked about it a couple weeks ago. Just get rid of him and just make it to where you get an honor for it and maybe like a bonus on your check, and then just keep it pushing.
Either that
But
or
it's just-
get rid of all NBA. Make your
No.
all star. That's what you're, that's your honor.
or just get rid of the All Star shit.
Yeah,
Like,
either
well,
way. I'm curious.
I'm fine with like the 3-point contest. I'm fine with like the stars and all that shit. I'm fine with the
Yeah.
celeb game. I'm
Like-
fine with it's just the dunk contest has been so wishy washy over the last 15 to 20 years, and then the game itself has been hot garbage. But I'm done.
I have a couple of opinions. Number one, there is an open door. Like, there is an open door for any superstar to just walk in and say, this dunk contest is mine for the next 5 years. Anthony Edwards, Ja Morant, Zion. The talent in the dunk contest is so trash. Like, what is there to be scared of? You're not going to get hurt. I mean, unless you hit your head on the side of the backboard and fall on your neck. But like, there's an open opportunity there. It's not like, these guys should be scared that they're going to embarrass themselves. Just go out there and fucking have fun and try and do some cool shit. If you lose, you lose. Who fucking cares? That's my biggest thing is like, they don't want to go out there because of ego. And I think LeBron started that. They don't want to go out there and lose. And I'm like, it's just a fun fucking deal. Just go out there and, Ant Edwards, like, bro, go out there and elevate your stardom. Go out there and do some crazy shit and win the dunk contest. if that's not going to happen, just watch the fucking All-Star, and why not do what the NHL does? The NHL during the Olympics, they go on a sabbatical for 2 weeks so that they can play Olympic fucking hockey. Why not move the damn basketball to the winter games? During the winter games, put the basketball season on hold, take your best 15 to the Olympics.
Hear me out. Sorry, Isaiah. I swear it's not going to take long, and then I'm going to let you go. What about just doing it in the summer? There's nothing going on anyways. We're deprived. Throw in the All-Star game in like June or some shit.
I mean, that's
June or
true, yeah,
July,
because they all go play
and then-
pickup anyways.
Yes, and then run it like that. If you win,
They
you
could
get
do
X
that,
amount
yeah.
of money. But go ahead, Isaiah.
Well, I watched everything that happened yesterday, start to finish, because
Please fill me in because
the
I don't know.
the Olympics were kind of over at that point. It's too late in the day, so I switched to that. When I watched it, I mean, yeah, obviously, like it's cool to see Dame win and put on a good showing. Devin Booker choked at the end. This man hit his first like 9 shots in a row, and I was like, he's gonna run away with it, and then choked on the back end like he did in the playoffs every year.
There we
in
go.
the
There we go.
finals. Yeah, shade. Um, the shooting stars kind of pissed me off. I miss the old days where it was the skills challenge and the shooting stars. Give an extra element, especially because the games, everything that happened yesterday was on the West Coast, so that shit started at like 3 o'clock in the afternoon. The All Star, so the Slam Dunk contest was last. It was an event. It started at like 8 o'clock, and then that's what you watched on All Star Saturday night. That shit was completely done by like 7 o'clock. So that just grabbing people's attention, that was off. I think with the Olympics, it kind of threw some shit off. Maybe they wanted it to be earlier to kind of keep people watching NBC because both events happened on NBC and Peacock. The dunk contest, there was like this dude that was like, I don't know if he's the fucking dunk coach or whatever. He was pissing me off. He's the one that was throwing that lob to Jace Richardson
Yeah.
and basically made him fall. I was like, where's your teammates at? You had so many other NBA players that were just sitting on the sidelines that they could have grabbed. Yeah, Jackson Hayes, don't ever do that shit again. Don't waste my time because he pissed me the fuck
Easy.
off.
That tomahawk that he did in the first round, I was like, what?
He didn't know what to do. He didn't know what to do. I think
Stage
it
was too big. You could see.
I thought his
when he
little
started
between the
together.
legs double tap windmill was cool. I thought that was cool.
Yeah.
But
And
but
then
that first dunk, bro, was awful.
And then Carter Bryant, sadly, he couldn't. Carter Bryant had it won. He
Yeah,
just
he
couldn't
just-
put down that one dunk that he tried to do in the last round. But overall, I mean, it was just he just kind of skated by. Poor Reggie Miller. He's doing his best to try to get people excited, being on the commentary for people to watch. So is Vince Carter, but it was mostly a stinker. And then the game that goes on tonight, I think this is a dumbass concept, respectfully. I don't agree with what Nick Wright said, slightly racist. Don't make it white versus black. Make it West versus East like it used to be,
Yeah.
to where you could truly see the
This-
supremacy between conferences and not a world versus American All-Star game. I don't like that idea.
And
I think it's
neither do I.
dumb.
It also it's one of the biggest reasons, and the Americans, which I like, are coming out and saying, which the floor is open now, by the way. But the Americans are coming out and saying that the reason that it's not happening because the other guys don't care. He was like, Luka doesn't care. Jokic, they don't care about this shit. It's like, you know what I mean? Like if they're the best players they're going to be in here, you want the competition. They don't. And I don't think it's all them, because I also don't think like Steph wants to come out there and play good defense. I don't think he ever did. I don't think any of them do. They just want to treat it like we're from an era where good TV on sports was competition. Now good entertainment is throwing threes up from half court, and it's just like, I'm
Well,
entertained by big, great
I-
moments.
We
I
need,
think in the
we need
All-Star
Kobe
game-
Bryant back so bad.
Well, I think in the All-Star game, even after Kobe retired, there was a couple of years, bro, where they would bullshit for the first 3 quarters, and then by the fourth quarter, you
yep.
saw the difference. Now it's a target score. So they're bullshitting the whole time. And then up until they're within like 5 to 6 points of that target score, and then you see it. Which is supposed to cut down time. But honestly,
It doesn't. It makes it
it
go
doesn't.
longer. And I
because
The
people
last
are taking off
great
shots, man.
fucking All-Star game I felt like we had was that that year that I think it was one of the first couple of years that they stopped doing East West. They started doing the draft, but it was when Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum started going one on one. That shit was
Yep.
cool to me. That
Yeah.
was fun. It was competitive. Like
That's
I'm
but
like Isaiah, the target score shit and the formatting, I just fucking it's so stupid. Even if you want to format it USA versus the world, two fucking teams and run four quarters. Just like
Yeah.
I
What's the
agree.
point of having a coach? What's the
it's
point
so
of
stupid.
doing all
It's
that
just
stuff?
it's
Nobody.
all for it's just to make it, I don't know, a circus,
Well,
I
and
guess. It's
especially,
trash.
I
It's
think
fucking
what made it
terrible, bro.
worse is this was the first year that they did it in the Intuit Dome, which is new. New arena. Like
That shit ain't
they
new.
had all the Intuit. I'm not talking about the crypto arena. I'm talking about
No,
the
I
Clippers
know.
one.
Yeah,
It's the newest one.
didn't they
I
just
thought that they
they just redid the forum?
No,
no,
Because
the
I thought they
forum is
built it
still
from
its
the
own
ground
see,
thing.
up.
I
They
thought they
built
just
it
well,
somewhere
I think they
else.
built
Yeah.
it at the same place as where the forum was.
Yeah, yeah, they're right next to each other, so to speak. But
Well,
like,
the forum got torn down, didn't it?
no, it's they
Yeah,
played
I
the
thought
celebrity
I
game
thought
at
the
the forum. They
oh,
played the
I thought the
celebrity
forum
game at the
got torn
forum.
down too.
Did it? Yeah, I thought the forum got torn down, and that's what I thought the
No, it's still
Intuit
there,
Dome
baby.
was. I thought they just built it there. Okay, that's
Did they
dope.
tear down Staples?
No, Staples is
No, it's
crypto.
crypto.
They just
Yeah,
Oh,
renamed
okay,
it.
okay.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
okay, okay,
So,
okay.
like, that was the
I
first
done
year.
lost my shit, Cameron.
My bad, man.
They
Stupid
would,
question.
they would never.
I
I
done
need to
But
get
I
my shit
think,
together.
but I think for
real
me,
quick. I lost two stadium names, bro. Acrisure and Crypt. What the? Give me Heinz
Heinz
Field and
is
Staples,
Staples.
baby.
Staples is one of the iconic venue names, I feel like, just because of what Kobe and Shaq did there. Like,
Which one? This is off topic. Sorry, Isaiah, but which Thunder arena do you like the most? Name.
Give me the Oklahoma City Arena. That was prime. No.
Was it? Is it
I'm
Paycom
kind of
right now?
it's
Yeah,
Paycom.
it's Paycom.
I'm old
Yeah.
school, man. Like, give me the Ford Center.
Give
I
me
don't know
the
why.
Ford Center too,
The Ford
baby.
Center is goaded to me. Like, bring it back. I want to know what they're gonna name. Who's gonna sponsor the new arena that's getting
Just
built?
name it the Thunderdome and keep it
Bro,
pushing.
the
Like you,
The
Thunderdome.
stop
Let's
Thunderdome.
stop
go.
missing or Thunder Alley, like what it used to be until they started. Just
Keep
you know what
you
I'm saying? Yeah.
Bro, I
But
think
yeah,
we should name it Nick Collison Arena. Let's go.
who? Hey, I'm down with
Let's
that.
go.
the Nick
Let's go.
Or
Collison Memorial Arena.
Jim Thorpe Memorial Arena. Hell yeah, Jim
Anyways, finish
Campbell.
Isaiah.
Jim
God damn it.
Campbell Arena.
There we
But
go.
I mean,
Oh,
to
the
me,
Freeman Fieldhouse.
oh my god. To me, I definitely think that you had an opportunity to really make something big of it because this was the first year in that new arena, and they're just a selection. First of all, Kashad Johnson is a G League player that got called up, kind of the same way as Mac McClung. No disrespect there, but you got to think of the people that used to compete in the dunk contest. They're people that you knew. The only one
It
that
depends.
you
It
could,
depends. It depends.
well,
Usually,
I say
remember,
that.
you used to the dunk contest was kind of the way for you had hype around you. This is a way for you to become a superstar. My last point before we moved on was going to be that social media causes people to be superstars before they're even in the league. So a lot of them feel like, why the hell do I need to do the dunk contest? And it's like, well, they're not wrong because they're already a superstar. And
I was more excited about the 3-point contest than anything else.
I would just
I
do
just-
That
away
should
with
tell.
it.
That should show you.
I just feel like
Give me the skills challenge
like
again, okay?
Mac
Or
McClung
horse.
got called up, but people knew what he had because of his high school tape and his Georgetown stuff. Like people knew the kind of bounce he had and the crazy dunks he could do. So I think even with him being called up, there was some excitement because everybody's like, oh hey, Mac McClung in the dunk contest. But before that, I mean, Levine and Aaron Gordon. They were established NBA players. They weren't stars, but there was hype because people knew the bounce that Levine had, and Aaron Gordon obviously had crazy bounce. But I think the last time people were like, "Hey, yo, we got to watch this." To me, it was Blake Griffin, man, because everybody like that's what they knew he was going to do some crazy shit, and there was a good field around him, and he didn't even really do anything
I was
that
about to say
crazy.
that's what
Jumped
killed the
over the
dunk
hood of a
contest.
fucking car,
That's what
like.
killed the contest to me.
But
Where I gave
but
up on it.
because he was an established star, he had the following was there. He had already had all those dunks in the early season and all the lobs he caught. So like that following was there. And that was my point on like Ant Edwards, Ja Morant. Like people are gonna be like, "Yo, that's our boy." Like,
Yeah,
you
but
know,
I think they're just at two different spots because even with Levine and Aaron Gordon, they were established players, but they weren't like no one was like, "Yo, they have next." And then
right?
after Levine won that first one, he became a household name, and then after Aaron Gordon competed in that second one, he became a household name. Those guys are like there's no other ceiling except winning a championship for like Ant Edwards or John Morant to even do, and that's probably why they won't. I don't know, dog. Honestly,
Scrap it,
I just do two 3 point
scrap it.
contests. Fuck it. Just do three. I
At this
mean,
point, the way people are shooting threes, man, just do half court shot contest.
yeah. Or just bring
I mean
horseback.
that was part of the shooting stars is they had
Yeah, that
like
half court shot.
basically the half court shot and shout out to Corey Maggette. Okay, that motherfucker he carried his
Just
team.
bring. I just if you want to get rid of the dunk contest, just bring horseback. Because horse can include dunk.
Yeah,
It can include 3 point shots. It can
I
include all of that. Just
honestly
do that.
Hey, Kevin
I've
Durant's the
always
only horse champion in All Star history.
Him and Rondo
Back to
played
back,
for like
baby.
3 hours.
Bro, that was the first time I was like, wait a minute. Why ain't Rondo been doing this shit in the game?
Man,
What
for
the
real, I was like, he can
because
shoot.
nobody's guarding him. Yeah,
Yeah,
because
facts.
nobody was guarding him. He was chilling. Yeah, I miss
that was
the actual skills challenge though. Like when Nash would do it and Dwayne Wade, or you had a big man like Wemby did it one year.
Chris Paul
Like
cheated and then it threw everything off balance.
that's true. Yes.
I just miss the stars of the NBA, like getting excited to just go and let loose and have fun with no pressure. Like that's
Well,
what I
now
miss about
there's
the All Star.
taking allegations, betting scandals, and load management bullshit. I think that's what is taking away from the
It's
excitement of
it's
it.
because owners have started pushing for players to just to win championships. I'm paying you this amount of money to bring me a championship. I don't give a damn about the All-Star game, and I think that's why moving it till after the season would probably help because during the season you're always going to have load management. You're going to have people say like, "Bro, you're battling injuries. Do not go out there and bust your ass in
Yeah.
the All-Star game. We need this push down the rest of the schedule." And after the season it would be like, "Hey,
Why not have your all NBA players run the All Star and do it preseason before the season even like because if you do it during the summer, you're going to take away from players' vacations, especially those that make the
man, fuck
final.
them. They make 95,000 or
But
95
I'm
million
just
dollars a year."
saying, so you're going to get a lack of participation if you do it in the middle of the summer, especially right after the NBA finals. But if you did it in September,
Yeah, I think September, August, end of August, September would
yeah,
be a good time frame. But wrap us
right,
up
like
here on this topic,
like
Isaiah.
training camp kind of stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
Let's just do better, and that's all I got to say about it.
Let's just do better. All right, last topic before wrapping her up. Gentlemen, WWE wise, Triple H and all of WWE called a meeting because of low ticket sales for WrestleMania 42. There's been a lot of people kind of saying why they think the sales are low. Ticket price is one of them. The product is that. The card is not lining up. Just curious what y'all think. Isaiah, go ahead first.
All right, I'm going to go first. And I'm going to start out with a banger. It is because they have tried to use capitalism to be profitable, and you're making it a 2 night fucking event. Stop doing it. The allure around all of these ticketed events like that, these pay-per-view esque events like that, it's because it was 1 night only. And 1 night only means you had to be the best of the best to get on there. Now, everybody gets a fucking match because it's 2 goddamn nights. You got all the allure around it. You got all the money that it's going to cost to run the operation for 2 nights in a row. Stop doing that. And I think it was because they wanted to money grab or they wanted to put too many stories into the night itself. And you've saturated the market. So why would somebody want to pay top dollar for 2 nights in a row to watch that? And on top of that, I truly believe that they have killed this because they made the switch to ESPN Unlimited for all of their pay-per-view esque events. That I think that plays into factor. I know it's different from ticket sales, but it's like people aren't really keeping up with it as much because you have to have this certain app, this certain thing to even have access to the other ones. So who's even paying for it? It's too saturated, and I don't like the fact that they switched to making it 2 nights. That just becomes boring. Nobody's gonna do even whenever it was on Peacock for 2 nights, the access was there. So at least you had the viewership. Now the viewership's gonna go down because Marlon, you said, I'm not trying to implicate, but you were like, I'm not paying for that. I'm not paying to have that go. Like, no, fuck that. I'm not doing that because I already got all these other apps. So why waste your time? So why waste your time paying to go for two nights where in total you're gonna have, instead of one night of having what, 7 to 8 matches, now you got 2 nights with 10 to 12 matches. And that's just me being completely objective, just knowing how the structure is. But that's my rant. Y'all go ahead.
I think first and foremost, ticket sales are, it's the cost of tickets is fucking outrageous. Like, wrestling is supposed to appeal to kids. If WrestleMania ever came to Oklahoma City, there is no chance in hell I could afford a ticket for me and my son. It's so damn expensive to go to that event, or really almost any of the major PLEs, SummerSlam, Elimination Chamber, Royal Rumble. Like, they're so expensive. And then, like you said, Isaiah, like, they've turned it into a from a one night only with banger after banger after banger after banger of matches from storylines that have been built over time to, okay, we're gonna have two solid matches with storylines and then a bunch of shit to kind of fill. And then the next night we're gonna have two solid matches with a bunch of shit to fill. And having to, if I buy a ticket to WrestleMania, I want to watch Drew McIntyre fight and I want to watch CM Punk fight. Damn it, I want to watch them both. I don't want to have to choose between one or the other with the cards that come with it. Um, so that to me is number one, the price of a ticket. And I think they have just the cost has soared since TKO took over. Um, Number two, I just from there's been a lot of letdown at the PLEs. Like, the results of the PLEs, what have happened like with the matches have kind of been flops. So when like you don't have like bombshell finishes and multiple PLEs, and people are gonna stop. Like, they're gonna be like, shit's whack. The WrestleMania ending last year was horrible. So, and now you're advertising Cody Rhodes to be back in it, which there's no crowd support for. They booed the shit out of him on Friday Night SmackDown when he kicked out of a 3 count. Like, they are tired of the same drag. So you got to find a way to mix some shit in there and get people excited. And that goes back to some of the shit that Marlon and I talked about that they used to do on the Monday night shows and the Friday night shows. They don't do any of that anymore. It's the same get up. It's like the masked dude. It's the same get up it's rinse and repeat over and over and over and over again. So I think it's a combination of their last few PLEs have been flat as hell. Last year's WrestleMania was terrible, and the ticket costs are outrageous. It's undoable. And that I mean, I feel the same way about the Super Bowl, but that's just me.
Y'all hit the nail right on the head. First thing is pricing. I read somewhere for 2 nights and two tickets. It's like $800 for nosebleeds.
Yeah.
If the average American is living paycheck to paycheck, and one big catastrophe puts them in almost bankruptcy, how the fuck do you think that you're gonna fill an arena 2 nights for those prices? That's one. Which again, that's why AEW is so important, because if AEW can start being more appealing, the market shifts because people don't want to spend money. WWE will drop their prices. They have to. Second, the 2 night thing, I'm not really upset about. You just have to write better TV for 2 nights. You can't, if you're gonna do 2 nights, then make it 2 nights of WrestleMania worthy product. Not making it feel like it's just a Raw or a SmackDown, but WrestleMania. If you're not, 1 night. That's how it has to be. I think they listened way too long and too much to the internet fans, and we didn't have this person on the card. Now there's uproar because this person wasn't on the card. Well, now we have to include them. Well, shit, now WrestleMania is 3.5 hours or it's 4.5 hours instead of 3.5. Cool. Oh, well, we have to add this tag team match because now people are that. And then so they go to 2 nights. Both nights have early matches or prelims and shit, and the kickoff show and all that. It's too much, and you're not writing enough. If every like was it 2 years ago, the Bloodline and Cody, both of those night one and night two, great
Bang.
TV.
Yeah, bangers.
I watched it and liked it. It was great. Everything after that, not good. Why? Am I saying the matches aren't good? No, they're wrestling really. It's just not entertaining. It is very. I'm watching you wrestle because you're wrestling. This feud has went 500 times. I know the outcome of this. Nothing is different. Throw in different people, and then also I think the last thing before I open the floor, injuries. Injuries are causing people in the card to change so often that it's putting them in the okay, we have plans for this. We're 2 months out. Awesome. We're about to start. Oh, you tore your pec. Damn it. Now what do we do? Or hey, we have The Rock in these plans. Hey, The Rock's schedule just got too tight. Now what do we do? That. Stop trying to build the main story around guys that are not going to fully be there. Because if they have to pull out, it's going to look like Cena's heel turn. And if Cena's heel turn is that bad, you know what I mean? Like Cena is too good of a wrestler or sports entertainer to ever have that. And they gave him that because of what they relied on. Stop relying on them and rely on the people that are there. Create your superstars, which I think they were on the way to doing that. But I don't know. Fuck, make it better. If you're gonna do it 2 hours, make it better. But the floor is open.
It's crazy because I will go back on this. The best two matches of the last two WrestleManias. One of them had no storytelling building up to it, and that being Dom winning the IC belt. There was no storytelling like building that up. Maybe you want to go Dom and Finn, but really there wasn't that much of that going on. But him winning the IC belt last year was one of the better WrestleMania moments, and probably since Bloodline reigns.
So 40. I'm gonna read the card for y'all too. So WrestleMania 40, which I think that was the one with the Bloodline. It opened night one was Rhea versus Becky. As soon as Rhea's music hit, everybody popped. The next match was A-Town Down and The Miz and R-Truth, or in Judgment Day, it was a bunch of different people in a six-pack team ladder match, which it's a ladder match, so everybody's interested. After that was Rey Mysterio and Andrade versus Dirty Dom and whomever else. So it wasn't crazy. Jay and then Jimmy, which the story was great. The match was ass. Jade Cargill, Bianca Belair, and Naomi defeated Damage Control, which was Dakota Kai, Asuka, and Kairi Sane, which was solid. Sami Zayn defeated Gunther for the IC belt, which was a big match. It was great for Sami. And then the Bloodline, which was The Rock, Roman Reigns versus Cody and Seth. That was night one, and it was solid. Night two, Drew McIntyre, Seth Rollins. That opened the card. Fantastic. Yeah. Damian Priest versus Drew McIntyre because he cashed in on it.
Cash in, yeah.
That sets a storyline going forward, so it's great. Then you had Bobby Lashley, Angelo Dawkins, and Montez Ford versus the Final Testament, which was Karrion Kross. That was kind of a throw-off. Then you have LA Knight versus AJ Styles. That's going to sell because it's AJ Styles and LA Knight. Then Logan Paul, Kevin Owens, and Randy Orton. Bayley versus Io Sky. And then you finish with Cody Rhodes versus Roman Reigns. It's not bad two-card matches, like two-night shows. The last year, it was horrible. It's horrible.
Even like a lot of that though was like wrapping up storytelling from months. You know, the Bayley and Io for the women's world belt, that was storytelling because Damage Control turned on Bayley, who created Damage Control. You know, Rhea Ripley, people were ready to see her win the belt off of the man. So it's like there was a lot of the Dom match versus Rey Mysterio and Andrade, right? Is that what you said?
Yeah.
That was storytelling because Dom had just turned on Rey. Like a lot of that was the only one I don't understand was the Karrion Kross and
yeah, and they were just Yeah, and
I don't know
there
what the
will
story was for that.
yeah, there will always be filler matches. It's just what it
Yeah.
is. Especially now. There used to be back in the day too, but they put them in the best spots and they didn't try to go banger after banger after banger because they're like a crowd fatigue is real where there's too much shit going on and then if you make them go like pop too much, it makes everything else not feel as great. So they do try to set the shows for that for a reason, to make the like Cody and Roman and shit feel bigger, which it should be because they're the main event. I think the problem is just there's not enough like you said. Why do I care to watch Cody again if he's fighting Drew? One of two things is going to happen. Either Drew is going to win again, which I'm going to be like, why did we need to see that? Or Cody's going to win, and I'm going to be like, why are you doing that?
Yeah. I think with like, uh, this is the problem. I think WWF. Oof.
Nah, just it's
Wow.
WWF. The
Here's the
World Wrestling
problem.
Federation.
This is the problem I think they have. There is a golden opportunity now to turn Cody heel, and they will not do it. The crowd literally booed him for kicking out. It's time to turn him heel. Turn him against the crowd. Do something crazy with him as a heel.
I'm gonna
They
make
won't
a
do it.
quick. I'm gonna make a quick point, and maybe this will kind of tie into why the product's been where it's at. If your main guys, your main storyline guys, are not working as much and more building than anything else, so the action doesn't match the storytelling behind it, kind of the way that it was in the days of yesteryear. And I'm not trying to be a purist about it, but I think injuries, because in ring work is they're protecting people so much more, and so they're not getting those bumps and bruises to where like maybe they can recover faster. They're wrestling once every certain amount of days. And so whenever they do get injured and you have to scramble to kind of reset a storyline, it makes it more complicated because they aren't wrestling as much, so to speak. And that's just me trying to think of it objectively, but also at the same time, it's like your main guys are Cody Rhodes, Roman Reigns, Seth Rollins, and who else would you guys
CM
argue to
Punk.
say? CM Punk. Okay. So with those guys, but and some of those guys are older, which it makes sense. You know, you don't want to work them in the ring, pause as much. Uh, Guys like Dom before his injury, and it took Dom. This is his first major one, if I'm correct, right? The first time he really got hurt.
Yeah, he's back. It wasn't a huge injury.
Yeah, okay. And then like Gunther, who is arguably one of the most technical wrestlers right now. I think you also run a position to where guys aren't protecting each other as much, and so injuries are happening more. Because yeah, you could work out till the cows come home, but the
Styles, my dog.
styles and the chemistry of two guys working together to
I
build that, I think
yes and no.
runs
You
a
said
risk
it.
of it.
Well, you said it like almost spot on. The purist,
Hmm.
the style. The reason that older wrestlers like Dusty and Rick and all those guys used to tell wrestlers now that like, hey, this style you have to slow down when you wrestle is because when you're doing cross bodies and you're doing Phoenix splashes every single night, your body is not going to last that long. And
Hmm.
because they continue to do that night in, night out when they wrestle, it tears their body apart even more. And for instance, like Seth Rollins, his style hasn't really changed much. He's older. He shouldn't be doing as much of the stuff that he does week in and week out, and that's why his body falls apart. And some of it is they just write people off to give him time off. Um, the I'm fine with the way they're building it because they are building it from like an old territory base where the guys who are up next are the ones that are supposed to be there working. The guys who are over don't need to be there every week because they're attractions. The problem is when the guys were there and they were working their asses off to be the next guys, you stalled their growth because you had to push Cena, and then you stalled their growth because you had to push Jey Uso, and you stalled
Or
their growth
fucking
because
Brock.
yeah,
I'm
yeah,
sick and tired of this man showing up in a wrestling ring. It's
you're
ridiculous.
you are stunning growth by continuing to do that, and it didn't turn out. A lot of people continued to say, "Oh, well, you have to put those guys in those positions because it's what sells." Awesome. Now you're in the future and nothing is selling. Why? Because you didn't build anything for the next for tomorrow. Everything was based on today. You're the Pittsburgh Steelers. Good job, WWE.
Hmm.
But that was my biggest point. Is like, well, if you're protecting guys the way that you're protecting them, but they're not working with guys that you're building a story against. I mean, right now, who would you say is the most safest guy to work with in the business right now? As far as his
Um,
technical ability, his in-ring style, you know what I mean. I look at that, and you
Safest, I
know,
would probably say LA Knight or Randy.
and so you look at those guys. Obviously, they're older. You can't really build as much around them. But at the same time, the guys that are supposed to be up and comers, you see more botches now than I think you've seen in a while
Because
because
of their style, bro.
their style,
Every
and I don't think they're
match.
working as much.
Well, that definitely, but because every match something crazy has to happen to grab the attention of the internet. So they're doing crazy shit, and it's like, no, 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 no. That stuff is not what you give away on Raw. That's stuff that you do in the pay-per-view. But now that you're doing it on Raw so much, and every night we're seeing suicide dives and double backflips and shit. When you do it on the pay-per-view, it just feels like it's Raw or SmackDown. And yeah, it's like you said, the style has caused injuries. The style has caused a bunch of different things like that. And then also, honestly, there's a big part of the crowd that only wants those big names. They only want the Cenas and stuff. And if they don't get that, they just don't watch. Sad, sad day. But I mean, y'all got anything else to put a bow on it?
Um, Brock Lesnar straight to Joe.
Brock Lesnar, Obafemi, WrestleMania.
Stupid.
I don't
It's
know.
so
I'm like
stupid.
Isaiah.
That's
Like,
wasting
I get
Oba.
tired of people that they're not full timers, but every time they come back, they're immediately launched into the main event,
Hey man,
like the
Rock
main
used to
event
do it.
scene. I hated it.
I
Like
loved it.
the last
It's
time
like
I
I loved
really
it.
liked like The Rock was Hollywood Rock. But like when he comes back now, it's like okay, same
Oh,
old shit. He's gonna be
I was meaning back in like 2002 when he was leading
yeah,
Scorpion King and then
and
the
then
Mummy
come
Returns and
back
all
and
that shit.
immediately
Yeah,
be
yeah,
in the
yeah.
main event
Yeah,
picture, the title picture or
yeah.
whatever. That's why
The
when he
difference
came back
is
as Hollywood Rock, they didn't put him there, which I
well, and
liked.
and even when he did win the belt when he was coming back, he would win the belt and then drop it 2 months later to Brock Lesnar.
Yeah,
So
to the next guy that's coming up.
yes,
Like he
yes,
put over the next big star.
yeah. He was already made. He didn't need the belt.
I
No,
just feel like there's a lot of gatekeeping, and guys don't want to fucking unass their seat on top, and that's the honest opinion. Because why the
That
fuck is
doesn't work
Brock
for
still
me,
in there?
brother. Because of
Yeah,
TKO. Because they're
I just
trying
hate
to put as
I
many
hate that
asses in
they
the
have
seats.
a golden opportunity to do something with Cody Rhodes and a heel turn. And like in an angle where I would be like, because another angle on SmackDown has been Sami Zayn winning the belt, finally winning the big one. Well, he lost to Drew. WrestleMania is in Perth.
Or I thought it was in Vegas, ain't it?
Is it in Vegas?
Pretty sure.
Okay, maybe it is. Anyways, but he lost his match to Cody Rhodes or whatever to qualify for the chamber. You could do a triple threat with Sami Zayn, Drew McIntyre, Cody Rhodes, and have Sami Zayn win the fucking belt, win the triple threat, finally get the belt, and then have Cody attack him out of frustration or
Yeah.
disappointment. Turn Cody fucking heel and build something. Like you're accomplishing two things at the same time, and you're giving the crowd something exciting. You're
Or
giving Sami Zayn the belt, and you're turning Cody heel.
and even if they don't want to give him the belt because they don't want to make Drew look like a laughing stock, they could just do Drew versus Sammy at WrestleMania and then have Cody come in and attack him because
Interfere.
he feels like
He
that's
should
his
be there.
spot. Yeah, and then turn him
Yeah.
heel. And then it sets a story up going forward. But we'll see. I think they'll change some stuff because they have to at this point because that's all the internet is talking about. That's all they're talking about is how people just don't care right now.
I will say, like, I'll put my bow on it here. There has been a lot of heat on Triple H in his writing and storytelling, and I know that there has been some rumors that they're angling to get rid of Triple H and put The Rock in that role, in the storytelling role. So I do think if the ticket sales don't get figured out and it ends up being a uh, it ends up bombing, I do think Triple H is out at WWE. Even it's
Hey,
crazy to say that, or at least in that role.
Hey, WWE, if y'all need some writers on God, just lock us up right now.
That's right.
Just lock us
That's
up, bro.
right.
It's,
We'll
it's
write this
Triple
shit
H.
now.
Triple H, we got you, bro. On God. There's a lot of stuff that y'all are doing that I agree with. There's a lot of stuff that whenever I watch Unreal, I'm like, I don't know why y'all did that. Y'all's problem, Triple H, is that y'all are all old. No disrespect, because I respect my elders. You're just old and you don't understand what the internet crowd really means. You don't understand what bots are. So you see somebody clamoring like, "I want Cody Rhodes," and you think, "Yeah, they want him." No, that's a bot, dog. That's nobody.
We want iShow Speed in the Royal Rumble to get obliterated by Braun Breaker.
Yeah, I
No, we
love
don't.
that. I loved it. I loved it. I loved it. Because it reminds me of like the celeb, like uh, Pete Rose getting tombstoned by Kane. That's the celebrities getting smashed. Like I love it because it's like it lets you know they love wrestling and they know what it really is.
I didn't want Jelly Roll to wrestle. That pissed me off.
I'm
Okay.
fine with it. Give him
No,
his
fuck
Man,
him.
give
I
him
miss
his just due.
Unmasked Kane so bad, bro. That dude was such a
Hey,
fucking
we
force of
need
nature,
to
bro.
talk. We need to talk about start doing a segment at least a week and talk like dive into old wrestlers.
Bro,
Like just a run. We can
2003
start.
Kane
We can start.
was
We can do next week. We can do a 2003 Kane when he unmasked up until he lost to Undertaker in like 2004 at WrestleMania when Undertaker
yeah,
came back as a dead man and then he was a
bro.
joke.
This man was a menace to society.
He
Save
didn't
it.
give a shit.
God
Save
damn
it.
it.
We're starting with Kane next week. But gents, what do y'all want to leave the people with?
I'll let you go first, Cameron.
Oh, Thunder Up and Go Fish and Duval. Duval.
Duval. I'll leave.
No, I'll let you leave close it, Isaiah. I'll say
Okay.
I'll leave the people with this. Steelers Nation, if you didn't know that Ben was a bad teammate, that's your fault. That's number one. Number two, LaDainian Tomlinson is the most underrated player of all time, and I'm standing on that. And then number three, happy late Valentine's Day to all y'all out there that decided, hey, I love you. I'm
Oh,
not gonna use a rubber. Nine
there you
months
go.
later.
Attaboy. Attaboy.
They sure as hell are using them in Milan Cortina this year, boys. I don't know if you saw the report. Ran through about 3,000 of them the first week of competition. I'm gonna leave the people with this. I'm gonna keep it as simple as I can. Love the support, love the viewership. I also want to highlight the fact that Razor, formerly of the WWE, has signed to the Bare Knuckle Fighting League. And yeah, just keep the support going. Let's just keep riding the wave.
That's it. Give him more energy.
More energy? You want more
energy.
energy?
More energy.
More energy?
Cut a macho
Boys,
man promo.
Yeah.
let me tell you something. We're about 2.5, 3 weeks away, yeah, from Max Holloway going to with Two Brooks. The garage is going to be open back up. That's the biggest thing. Okay,
That's the biggest.
weather.
That's
That's
the
the
news
biggest
right
thing.
there. The headlines.
Yeah, big story of the day. The garage is getting open back up March 7th at
The
about
boys are back in town.
7 p.m. We got spring link softball. Marlon said he's coming out of retirement.
I didn't
a
say
couple
any
times.
of that
It's
shit.
breaking news. He